Hey guys, iOS Pro here, and yesterday Apple released iOS 15 beta 3 to all developers today. Came out 1.6 gigabytes on my 11 Pro Max. On my 12 Pro Max I installed it. Build number is 19A5297E, and there are over 30 plus new features and changes that I'll share with you guys today. So let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say that, first of all, sorry if I'm talking very quietly. I'm currently staying up all night to make this video. See, it's currently 1:09 a.m. The second thing is, if you guys want to send me fan mail or any ideas for future videos, I'll leave my PO box in the description below. Okay, so back to the video. In the App Store, you'll notice that you'll get this new pop-up screen telling you what's new in the App Store, like in-app events, App Store widget, and Safari extensions on iOS. On Safari, if you go to web page, turn landscape, then refresh your web page, you'll notice that a new reload button appears, so now you can click here to reload your web page, just like you can on the Mac, on macOS Monterey. So previously on beta 2, on the left you didn't have that. So beta 3 on the right, you now have a reload button. Okay, so in settings, we go to general, scroll down to the bottom, you'll notice that reset has now been renamed to transfer or reset iPhone. Click it, you'll notice that we only have 3 options now for prepare for new iPhone, reset, and erase all content settings. So basically, all the options for like reset network, reset all settings, and all the other options seen on beta 2 has now been removed into the tab called reset. You see, now you get the same options as in beta 2. So this data has been moved into the button called reset. So you get more options now. And when you click get started, you'll notice that it just slides up instead of just pops up. And the button for not now now has the own box like the get started button does. Settings, if you go down to privacy, you'll notice that the microphone icon is now orange. Previously it was red. The settings, if you go down to wallpaper, you'll notice that the previous screens have a more rounded edge, see? On beta 2 has a tight corner, on beta 3 it has a wider curve, see? Beta 2 on the left, beta 3 on the right. So the wallpaper preview cards are more rounded off than they were before. The settings, if you go to focus, you'll notice that focus status and phone calls have been moved into each individual focus setting, see? When I go to work now, focus status is now in the options tab with home screen and lock screen. Previously that wasn't available. You'll also notice that there are brand new icons for the work section for focus, home screen, lock screen, and smart activation. Same thing for sleep, see? Same thing. New option for sleep, personal as well, and for the main do not disturb as well. So new icons for all the options now. The settings, you go to accessibility, scroll down to accessibility shortcut, you'll notice that there's a new option for background sounds for the triple click on the side button. So now you can activate the background sounds with just a triple click of the side button. In the weather app, we go to city view, you'll notice that if you tap on city in beta 3, it now comes and greets you gently now. Like hello. Previously in beta 2, you see it has jumped at your face, like popped into view. Now it gently comes in like it's saying hello. I do it again, beta 2, beta 3. So you see beta 3 has a much smoother weather animation. For reminders, you'll notice that on beta 3, you get a new splash screen telling you what reminders does for quick creation, easy organizing, and suggestions and smart lists. And Find My on iOS 15 beta 3, you'll notice that there's a new plus button down the bottom right hand corner for shared location, AirTag, added AirTag, or add other item. So now you can do this from any of the 3 tabs here. So much quick and easier way to do it. Safari, we go to search. You'll notice that search bar has moved from the top down to the bottom of beta 3. So that makes it easier to access and easier to search links. And here the change I made from beta 2, you can now swipe on search bar to create a new page. So that's really cool. I go to Apple again. You see, when I swipe on the bottom page down here, you guys can see it creates a new web page. So a nice little shortcut on the home screen. When you go to edit your home screen, You'll notice that at the top here, there are now boxes on the Done button and the Add Widgets button. See, when I go to beta 2 here, you'll see there's no boxes on the Done button and Add Widgets button. Now there are. On Safari, we go to search something. You'll notice that the icons for favorites are now larger on iOS 15 beta 3 on the right. See, beta 2 on the left, 15 beta 3 on the right. So the favorites icons are now larger on beta 3, making them so much easier to see. Safari, we go to search something. You'll notice that the favorites and frequently visited now have boxes around them. See, on beta 2, there's no box, but in beta 3, there's now a box on the favorites letterings. Okay, so a change I missed from beta 2 is now when you pull down, you can now pull down and close the search. Previously you had to cancel. So nice little touch there. So you want to do it again, I pull down, I can now close out the Safari search. In the Photos app, we're viewing a photo. When you use the text and photo option in beta 2 previously, you'll notice that it will blur out the rest of the photo and only leave the text highlighted. But now in beta 3, you'll see that it no longer blurs out the photo. You can now see the photo along with the text highlighted, so it still dims it, but it doesn't blur it out anymore. The settings, when you go to Maps, you'll notice that when you scroll down, you'll see that Navigation Guidance has now been renamed to Spoken Directions. And there's a new options for pause, podcast, directions awake iPhone, and directions on radio. Previously, it was called use HFP when available, pause spoken audio, and navigation prompts to wake device. So that's basically directions awake iPhone now. And pause podcast was called pause spoken audio, but now it's been renamed. Settings, we go to notes. You'll notice that Notify Me has now been renamed to Mention Notifications. On settings, we go to Accessibility, go to RTT/TTY. You'll notice that in beta 3, the description for hardware TTY have moved. See, previously it looked like this in beta 2. Now on the right of beta 3, see the text is slightly moved upward just slightly. In settings, go to Accessibility, go to Touch, go down to Back Tap, Double Tap, scroll down. You'll notice there's 2 new options for background sounds and voice control. So, new options for double tap. In settings, we go to Accessibility, go down to Face ID and Attention. You'll notice that the text for haptic on successful authentication has now been corrected, and now it's on a straight line. So that's how it's supposed to look. So in settings, we go to Accessibility, scroll down. You'll notice there's a new icon for Siri. See, on beta 2 on the left, here we have this old icon that says iOS 11. But now in beta 3, we have this brand new icon. In settings, we go to Touch, Assistive Touch, single tap, scroll down. You'll notice that there are 3 new options for background sounds, pupil detection, and voice control. So I'm not sure if pupil detection was on beta 2 because I have it on 11 Pro Max. See, previously it was a speak screen. So now we got 3 new options. Settings, we go to iCloud, go to iCloud storage. You'll notice that the icons are dramatically smaller on beta 3. On beta 2, they're very large since iOS 5, I think. In settings, we scroll down to Maps. You'll notice that there's a new icon for Maps. See, on beta 2, we have the old icon since iOS 11 beta 4. But now we have a brand new icon to match out the iOS 15's new Maps icon. In the app switcher, you'll notice the text for which app is open is now much larger on beta 3 on the right. See, beta 2 on the left, beta 3 on the right. The text is much larger than it was before. Control Center, we scroll down to the text option. You'll notice that the label for home screen only from beta 2 has now been removed in beta 3. App Library, when you look at the Metro app, you'll notice the Metro app looks a little bit lighter than it was before. See, on beta 2, it was a dark black, but now in beta 3, it's a lighter black. So the color of the icon is a little bit lighter than it was before. So Control Center, when you have to touch on the music platter, you'll notice that on beta 3 on the right, that it has now been lowered and centered. So in beta 2, it was taller. Now in beta 3, it's slightly smaller. It's very hard to see it, but it is there. So when you're powering down your device for the first time, you'll see this brand new pop-up screen for beta 3. See, it says iPhone remains findable after power off. See, it says Find My helps you locate your iPhone when it's lost or stolen, even when it's in power reserve mode or powered off. And when your iPhone is going into the power down stage where you see like a spinning wheel, you look at this interface right here. See, it's been renamed to location is active offline to iPhone Find No After Power Off, so it's been renamed. So a change I missed for beta 2 is when you go in the home app, go to add scene accessory, there's a new option for add people, but this is also in beta 2. I'm not sure, but it's a change that I missed from my last video, so I'm mentioning it now. Okay, so previously, we go and add a new widget. When you clicked on the preview, but clicked on the X, it will close the whole menu out for the widget. But now in beta 3, we click the X, it no longer closes the entire widget page out, where you can look at the widgets, and no one closes it all the way out. The Books app, if you go to the bookstore in beta 2, it will say this: sorry, something went wrong, please try again. Now in beta 3, the Books app is now working. Same thing for audiobooks, the same issue. In the search worked perfectly fine, but the bookstore tab and the audiobooks would not work. So it kept saying this message, but now Apple fixed it on beta 3. On the Maps app, when you scroll down, you'll notice there's a new button for terms and conditions. Previously that did not exist. So when you're going to share a photo, when you open up Share Sheet, scroll to the very bottom, you'll notice that Edit Date and Time and Edit Location have now been renamed to Adjust Date and Time and Adjust Location. So now you know exactly what that does. So in Mail, where you're going to compose a new email, first thing you'll notice is there's a new box around the Send button on beta 3 on the right. Previously, it was just a button. Second change is when you bring up the copy and paste menus, email from camera has now been renamed to Scan Email Address. For messages, when you're going to write a new message, you'll notice that there's a box around the cancel button. So Apple's done this for a lot of their apps like Safari, Mail, and Messages as well. So I don't know how many more times they did it. So that is pretty much it for this video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace out.